Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope that you're all well. I hope that you are safe wherever you are. A very, very challenging and difficult situation in the world at the moment. And I hope and pray to Allah that this gets resolved soon, inshallah. I'm very excited today to announce a masterclass in Hadith and Sunnah. I get a lot of questions about Hadith and Sunnah, and often questions about how we relate to Hadith. And I think in our times, Hadith has become a very important point of discussion because Hadith is used a lot in popular Muslim discourse in the community, in the mosque settings, in halakas, in study circles. Hadith is used a lot, and often we come across two very different perspectives on this, and I see them as a bit extreme actually. So on one hand, we have the modern Ahlul Hadith who are of the view that Hadith is the best interpretation of the Quran, that it is the best tafsir of the Quran. They tend to impose Hadith onto the meaning of the Quran, and they tell us to stop using rational reason once we have come across Hadith text, even if we find the Hadith text to be disturbing or it creates dissonance. On the other end, you have the Quranists or the Quran only group. That group says that there is only one revelation that Allah has sent us, that we should only just engage with that revelation. And in doing so, they almost do away with the person of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I think they do that in their dislike of hadith and they reject it totally. But more problematically, whilst rejecting hadith, they also reject sunnah or the normative praxis of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What is really interesting in both these groups is that they both see hadith and sunnah to be one and the same. So they equate hadith with sunnah or they conflate hadith with sunnah. But hadith and sunnah are actually two different things, and that's what I want to explore with you in the masterclass. One other thing that I briefly want to add as well is that certainly in our times, in the last 20, 30 odd years or so, we have been told, especially under very ascendant and strong and quite loud Salafism, that we have lost our deen. So often we come across, especially Muslim women are put under a lot of pressure around that. And we're told, sister, you've lost your deen. You need to come back to your deen. And actually, the Dawa bros, the podcasters on YouTube will also say that often to Muslim men who are their audience primarily, and they would say, brother, you have lost your deen. So we have a quite a complex picture here, and quite a lot of kind of these narratives jostling with each other. And what I want to do is in this masterclass explore these really big questions of our time. Okay, I want to explore whether Hadith and Sunnah are the same. I want to explore the point about whether we've lost our deen or not. Where does our deen and where does the lived practice of Islam come from? I also want to create opportunity for you through Q&A sessions and through discussions in the room. It'll be a very interactive masterclass, but we will discuss things which make us really uncomfortable. For example, the controversy around age of Aisha radiallahu anha, that she was 9 at the time she got married to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We find that through Hadith traditions. Is that correct? We find out through Hadith traditions that women are created. Eve was created from the rib of Adam, so women are kind of this derivative of men, derivative from men. We come across Hadith reports about deficiency in intellect of women. And there are lots of other hadith reports which make us quite uncomfortable. And whilst people will often dismiss that discomfort, I've always said to my audience that we need to sit with that discomfort and use it as an opening, use it as a point of exploration, use it as a point of more learning. And really, in all of this, we think about, okay, so what is the core of Islam? And what is the core of Islam that I know of, that I'm holding on to? Okay, so these are the kind of really important things that I want to pick up, inshallah, on Friday, the 1st of May. And this will be Friday evening in Britain, so 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. British Standard Time. And I will be with you live for 2 hours in that session. And there will be plenty of opportunity in that interactive masterclass for us to explore some of those things. I'm including all the booking details for the masterclass in the description to the video, so you can see the description below. The course does cost £50. The reason why there's a cost to it is because, well, 20 years of research has gone into developing this course. And also through my website, there are lots of resources, including a presentation with a video, two presentations with a video, the full structure of the course with its learning outcomes, as well as additional resources that once you purchase the course, those resources are yours forever. There is also a workbook included to help you develop some critical skills, critical thinking skills around approaching hadith, and also some additional resources for you to do, and those are optional for you to do additional learning and ongoing learning. And that is why there's a cost associated to that course. But what I'm doing through that masterclass is create this really academic space for you, where we have this really rich discussion. And I will bring to you as well the views of classical scholars and how they approach the concept of Sunnah and Hadith, and how modern scholars are approaching this concept. And I promise that after the session, not only will you come away well informed, but I think you will also come away feeling quite rooted, quite refreshed, and you would have rediscovered just how strong the core of lived Islam is, and how our daily practices actually connect us to the beautiful Sunnah, the normative practice of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So, if you want to make use of some of my research in this area, 20 years of practice of teaching at postgraduate level, undergraduate level. I've taught in the community, both adults, I've taught families as well as young children. So I bring huge amounts of experience of creating inclusive learning spaces and non-judgmental learning spaces. And, no question is a bad question. No question is a poor question. No question is a stupid question. Bring your questions, bring your thoughts, and inshallah, you'll come away feeling very refreshed, and I would hope that also quite well informed on this really crucial topic about the sources of Islamic knowledge. Once we get this understanding correct, we really, really do reach the core of Islam. We really do rediscover the ethical and justice-oriented focus of Islam, and it really deepens our relationship with the Quran, with the Hadith, and with Sunnah. It really deepens our relationship, and that's been my journey as well, actually. When I originally started to delve into this, and I'm talking about maybe 13 or 14 years ago, really systematic study of that, I remember an entire world opened up for me once I understood the sources of our religious knowledge, ilm. So it's a course about the epistemology of Islam, and I think that this is something that you would really, really enjoy. So inshallah, join me on Friday, the 1st of May in the evening. All details are in the description about how to book. As you know, I'm committed to inclusion. I don't want cost to be a barrier to you. So I do have a small number of free places available as well. If you want to claim your free space, please just email me at embark@sitaraakram.com. You do not need to share your circumstances with me. I just need your email address so I can send the Zoom meeting link to you for free. So please just drop me a line there, and I will confirm your free place for you. But it is a limited number of free places, and I will allocate those places on a first come, first served basis. One final thing before I finish, I am taking a little bit of a break next weekend due to family commitments, and I'm also really busy actively working on developing a new series which will be about marriage in Islam. And I want to, as part of that, pick up the questions around polygamy and monogamy, which, as you know, I've received lots of questions after my recent podcast with my son, where we talked about the Muslim manosphere. And as part of that conversation, I very, very briefly picked up the point about polygamy and monogamy. And I presented the case that monogamy is the model of marriage that the Quran represents, and polygamy is actually an exception to that and an allowance that was created to deal with the particular situation. Lots of controversy that's created, as I'm sure you can see in the comments as well. And inshallah, I want to delve into that a bit more systematically, like I did with my hijab series, where I brought lots of research together. And it's going to take me a few weeks to pull all of that together. So please be patient with me. But I will be back the week after. It's just next week. I will not be able to release another video because of family commitments. So I hope that you find this masterclass really helpful, really useful. I'm actually really excited about offering it. I wrote this course a long time ago. It's been sitting on my website, and I wanted to create live webinars to go through the course material with everyone, because I think that's when we engage better. So I do really, really wish that you would join me in this. I think it would be really transformational. Inshallah, I look forward to seeing you live in that Zoom session on Friday, the 1st of May at 6:30 p.m. British time, inshallah. Look after yourselves. Take care. Assalamu alaikum.